No. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
കേവ്സിലേക്ക് പോവുകയാണ്. എനിക്കറിയാം. കേവ്സ് എൻട്രൻസ്.
Be entering the very first room of our cavern. It is called the Bear Pit. The Bear Pit is going to be 45 feet below the natural bridge, and it gets its name because they found an 8,000-year-old black bear jawbone and a 5,000-year-old black bear leg bone in this very room. If you guys are interested in taking a look at those fossils, we do have them in our visitor center in a glass display, so you guys can check those out if you would like to after the tour. Now, in just a moment, I am going to be taking y'all's picture, which will be available for purchase at the very end of y'all's tour. I'm going to be having y'all come down group by group to take y'all's picture, and then sending you off to wait at these glass set of doors. After you guys are done taking your picture, when you go down a ramp at the very bottom on the right-hand side, you're going to see a hole in the wall. That is our discovery entrance. It is going to be the original entryway into the rest of our cavern. As I mentioned, that crawl space is...
ഇരുട്ടാ കേവ്സ്. നിൽക്കുന്നതിൻ്റെ കൂട്ട് നിൽക്കുന്നു. വെള്ളം ഊറിയേക്കുന്നുണ്ട്.
Alright guys, I can take the next few people. Just y'all two, or is it? Alright, so right here is going to be the camera. And on three, I'm going to take y'all's picture, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. That looks good. You guys can head all the way down. Alright, I can take the next group of people. So we're going to retake it real quick. Look right at the camera, okay? Yes, right here. Alright guys, so on three, okay? 1, 2, 3. That looks much better. Alright, you guys can go all the way down. Hello. The center of those pictures is going to be right here. Over here. On three, guys. 1, 2, 3. On three, okay? 1, 2, 3. That looks good. You guys can go all the way down. And I'm going to
വെള്ളം തുള്ളി തുള്ളി ദേഹത്ത് വീഴുന്നു. പാറ എല്ലാം ഇരുട്ടാ, ഭയങ്കര ഇരുട്ടാ. വെള്ളത്തുള്ളി നിൽക്കുന്നതിൻ്റെ കൂട്ടാ പാറ നിൽക്കുന്നില്ല. പാറയാണോ അത്? ഇതെന്താ?
ഈ കല്ലിന് പ്രിസർവ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി ഇങ്ങനെ വെച്ചേക്കുന്നത്.
ഈ കണ്ടീഷനിലാണ് അത് വളരുന്നത്. ലൈറ്റ് ഇട്ടാൽ ചൂട് കൂടും ഇതിൻ്റെ അകത്ത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് ചൂട് കൂടിയാൽ പിന്നെ ഇതുപോലെ ഐസക്കിൾസ് ഉണ്ടാവും. അത് ഫോം ആവത്തില്ല.
ഇതിനകത്ത് ചൂടാണ് ഓൾറെഡി അതിൽ 99%
Yeah, it's slightly too much hot.
Mentioned we are standing in the bear pit. If you guys are in the second half of the group, you have not seen it yet. But right here where I'm standing, where my flashlight is shining, this is going to be our discovery entrance. This is the entryway, so make sure to take a look at that whenever you make your way down. And after we go through St. Mary's Hall, you guys are going to see the exit way on the right-hand side. It's going to look like another hole in the wall. Now, as I mentioned, we are going through St. Mary's Hall. St. Mary's Hall is 90 feet below the natural bridge, and it is named after the school that the discoveries went to, St. Mary's University. If you guys are rather tall, taller than me, you are going to have to watch your head. It does get pretty cramped down there at some points. I don't have that problem. I'm really short, but just make sure to keep that in mind. As well as at one point, there are no handrails, so please refrain from touching any of the walls. They are still natural formations. And it does get...
ഓ മേളിലോട്ട് നോക്കിയേ, എടി മേളിലോട്ട് നോക്കിയേ, അങ്ങ് മേള് വരെ ഉണ്ട്. Oh my God. പൂക്കൾ വെച്ചെൻ്റെ വീട്ടിൽ My God. ഞാൻ പിടിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. നീയാ നിൽക്കുന്നതൊന്നും കാണത്തോലില്ല. ഇതെന്തോ മനുഷ്യരുടെ രൂപം.
Alright guys, when you make your way into this room, if you would like to take a seat on any of our open benches, and you've also got a man-made rock wall right along this area, and a little bit of space right here for anyone that wants to take a seat, and we're going to get started in just a moment.
ഇതെങ്ങനെ പിക്ചർ എടുക്കുന്നത് അതും കാണത്ത് പോലെ എന്തോ ഇരുട്ട. അതൊരു ലൈറ്റ് അടിക്കാമെങ്കിൽ ഇച്ചിരി വെട്ടം കിട്ടും. പക്ഷെ ആക്ച്വലി നല്ല രസമുണ്ടത് കാണാനല്ലേ. വെള്ളം ഊറി നിൽക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ഫ്ലാഷ് ചെയ്യാമെങ്കിൽ കിട്ടും. അടുത്ത ഒരാളെ കാണത്തോലും ഇല്ല.
We're standing in is called Pluto's anteroom, and Pluto's anteroom is 108 feet below the natural bridge. As you guys are going down, you may have noticed the exit way. It's right up there. It's kind of like that glowing hole in the wall. That is the original entrance into the rest of our cavern the four discoverers took. Now, whenever they came into this room, they only had their mere lanterns. They did not have fancy flashlights like we do now. And so they saw all these formations right back here, and they thought it looked a lot like the underworld. Pluto is the Roman god of the underworld, and the anteroom just means a smaller room before a larger room. So this is one of the smallest rooms that we will be traveling today on tour. They only go to the ceiling, and a good way to remember them is that they might one day touch the ceiling. And up here we have stalactites. These are the opposite. They grow from the ceiling to the ground, and a good way to remember them is that they hang tightly to the ceiling. When a stalagmite and a stalactite touch, the one which is the top or one which is the bottom, you're actually going to form a column, which can be seen right back there. It is one of our smaller columns. We have some pretty big ones that I will be showing y'all later on. And that is the final stage of a dripstone. Right up here we do, however, have a special type of stalactite. These are called soda straws. Now soda straws are very delicate and actually hollow in the center, and so water drips right through them just like a soda straw. Right down here we do have some flow stones. This is a very generic form of a flow stone. It's just a smooth looking rock that is formed from flowing water. But if you guys follow my flashlight to the wall right over here, you're going to see a more complex version of cave ribbons. Cave ribbons look like they've been pinched off the wall. They also look like squiggly lines. And when a cave ribbon grows out even further and actually starts to hang off the wall, you are going to form a cave curtain. You can see a little bit right over there. So we do have a better example right back here. That formation that's hanging off the wall right there, just a piece slice, that is a cave curtain. When a cave curtain grows out even further, it touches both the ground and the ceiling and the wall at the same time. You're going to form a cave draper.
എന്തൊരു ആഴത്തിലോട്ട് പോകുന്നു. എന്തൊരു കുഴിയിലോട്ടാ പോകുന്നേ. ഇവിടെ നമ്മളെയൊന്നും കാണത്തില്ല. കുഴിയിലോ Oh my god, yeah, very beautiful. നല്ല രസമാണ്. ഐസ് ക്യൂബ് മാതിരി. അയ്യോ, കൊത്തുപണി ചെയ്ത് വെച്ചേക്കുന്നതിൻ്റെ കൂട്ടിരി. ഫോട്ടോ തന്നാൽ മതി, ഞാൻ കുറേ വീഡിയോ എടുക്കും.
Alrighty guys, when you make your way into this room, you're welcome to take a seat on any of our open benches that we've got. And you've also got a little bit of area back there that you guys can stand in as well. Just please do not pass that bridge. And we're going to get started in just a moment. Alrighty, so we are now standing in Sherwood Forest. We are 180 feet below the natural bridge. This is the deepest point that we will be traveling today on tour. We have some deeper points later on in our cavern, however, we will not be going down. There's tree trunks and a gigantic canopy above. You're gonna notice that later on in the tour we do have another area that is named after a stalagmite. These are called broomstick stalagmites. As you may notice, they are very tall and very skinny. This actually happens from a steady, consistent drip of calcite from the ceiling above that deposits in one constant place. Right behind our broomstick stalagmites, you're going to see the totem pole. This is our second largest column in the entire cavern. It is 32 feet in height and about 8 inches in diameter. If you guys want my flashlight. Now about 120 to 140.
താഴെ വീണാൽ
കിട്ടത്തില്ലെന്നാ പറഞ്ഞത്.
അത് സാരമില്ല,
ആ സാറേ
ഞാൻ നോക്കട്ടെ.
സാരമില്ല, 2 ഫോണുണ്ടല്ലോ.
തട്ടാതിരുന്നാ മതി. ഒന്നും കാണത്തില്ല. വെട്ടമുള്ളിടത്ത് ഇച്ചിരി കിട്ടും. അതുകൊണ്ട് ഓടിപ്പോന്നു സിജോമോൻ. ഇനി എന്താ നമ്മൾ മേളിലോട്ട് കയറുവാന്നോ? ആ കൊച്ചു കൊച്ചു തുള്ളി വന്നിരിക്കുന്നതാണോ? അത് കണ്ടോടി മേളിൽ നോക്കിയേ, ചെറിയ തുള്ളി ഇരിക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ? അയ്യോ, ഇതെന്തോ മണ്ണാ ഇത് ചേട്ടാ. എന്തോരം താഴെ ആ വെള്ളം ഒത്തിരി വീഴും.
തൊടല്ലെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇങ്ങോട്ട് നോക്ക്. തിരിഞ്ഞ് ഇവിടെ നിൽക്കും.
എടുത്തോ? Come here, Papa. Yeah.
No, so yeah, all this water actually does sweeten to also right down below us, and so it'd be kind of gross if we had fish in here, because we drink this water. Yeah.
വലയാണ്. കിങ്സ് ത്രോൺ. അത് വെള്ളം വീഴുന്ന ഇതൊന്നും
വെള്ളം കുടിക്കുന്ന വെള്ളം എവിടുന്നാ കിട്ടുന്നത്?
അത് ശരി.
നമ്മുടെ
ഇതുണ്ടോ? അതൊക്കെ ഓരോന്നോരോ ട്രീ ടോപ്പ്. ആ, അത് ഇനി വളർന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുക ഇല്ലയോ? ഇത് വളർന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയല്ലേ? ഇതുകൊണ്ടുണ്ടല്ലോ, അതുണ്ടോ പുതിയത് ഉണ്ടാകുന്നത്? പുതിയത് വളർന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന ഇതെല്ലാം വളരുമല്ലോ. അത് കണ്ടോ, ഏറ്റവും ന്യൂ ആയിട്ട് വളരുന്നതല്ല അത്. എന്താ എന്താ
ഇതാ നമ്മുടെ ഡ്രിങ്കിങ് വാട്ടർ.
നമ്മുടെ ഡ്രിങ്കിങ് വാട്ടർ
ക്ലിയർ വാട്ടർ
വേണേ കുടിക്കാം.
ഊറി ഊറി അതിൻ്റെ ആക്ച്വലി ഇത് തൊട്ട് നോക്കിയാൽ മനസ്സിലായി, ഇതിൽ പൊടി പോലും ഇല്ല.
ഇല്ല.
നമ്മൾ തൊട്ട
Alrighty, because everyone is in the room, we're gonna get started. So you're now standing in my favorite room in the entire cavern. It is called Castle of the White Giants. Now, Castle of the White Giants actually has a pretty interesting nickname. We call it the 50s room because it is 50 feet tall, 50 feet wide, 250 feet long, and 150 feet below the natural bridge. I'm going to be telling you all about the formations that we have in this room. So you guys follow me to the left-hand side. You're going to see our watchtower. And the watchtower is the largest column in the entire cavern. It is 50 feet in height and about 8 to 10 feet in diameter. Right here in the middle, you're going to see our largest stalagmite in the entire cavern. It is called Mount of the Landlord. Now, whenever the discoverers came down here, they saw these holes and they thought it looked a lot like apartment buildings. And so we've got our landlord on the left waiting to collect his rent. On the right-hand side, you guys are going to see King's Throne. We've got a spot for a king, armrest, leg rest, even a footrest. And what would be a king without his chandeliers? Up here we do have 2 chandeliers. These are just a group of cave curtains that start growing together. But it's really cool that we have the throne room because they're actually really rare. If you guys hold my flashlight back to the left-hand side, you're going to see some more cave curtains. However, these have a different name. They are named after a breakfast food. Does anyone have a guess at what we call these? Yes, I heard it. Bacon. This is what we call animals, therefore a luscious life on top. And the lighter stripe is just going to mean later on they experience the drought. So less plants and animals, therefore less humic acid to stay in the formations. Now just a moment,
അതിന്റെ കളറിന് ഇച്ചിരി ചേഞ്ചസ് ഉണ്ടല്ലേ? അത് ബ്രൗൺ കളർ.
Grindle's Canyon is 207 feet below the natural bridge. It is the second deepest point in our entire cavern. That is going to be the original entryway into the next room that we're about to go into. And whenever the discoverers went down into Grindle's Canyon, they thought it was so dark and so deep that only a monster could live down there. And Grindle is the monster from the epic poem Beowulf. So that is another literary...
ഓരോ തുള്ളി വീഴുന്നതാണ്. സിജമ്മൻ്റെതല്ലേ? ആ ഇത് മേളിൽ നോക്കടി, മേളിൽ നോക്കടി. ചെടി വളരുന്നതിൻ്റെ കൂട്ട് വളരുന്നുണ്ട്. ചെടിയെ വളരുന്നതിൻ്റെ കൂട്ട് വളർന്നുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നു, ഇല്ലയോ? അത് കണ്ടോ? ഞാനിവിടെ കാണാൻ
ഇരുട്ടിയ സ്ഥലം.
ഇത് വലിയൊരു ഗുഹയാ. കൈയും വീശി അങ്ങ് പോവാ. അയ്യ, ഇതന്നേരം വളർന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വരും തൊടുക്കും.
ചിലപ്പോൾ കയറാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല.
ചിലപ്പോൾ ഇതിൻ്റെ വഴി മാറ്റുമായിരിക്കും വരും. വഴിയേ അങ്ങോട്ടും മാറ്റുമായിരിക്കും. ഓ, മൈ ഗോഡ്. ഫോട്ടോ എടുക്കുന്നവരുടെ അടുത്ത് ഇരുന്നാലേ
But yeah, no, these labs during our lifetime, it happened a very long time ago.
ഈ കൊത്തുപണി ചെയ്തതിൻ്റെ കൂട്ടിരിക്കും. ഇവിടെ ഇരു മോനെ. റെസ്പെക്ട് എല്ലാവർക്കും എണീച്ചു കൊടുക്കും. Oh my God.
Well, it was like a really small, like seismic activity.
Is the largest show cavern room in the entire state of Texas. As you guys were coming in, you may have noticed that gigantic pit in the ground that is the other half of Grand West Canyon. As you may notice, that is a very grand exit way to it. The discoverers did have to come all the way through there and make their way into this room. Now, whenever we head up in just a moment, you are going to notice that this room looks a lot different from the rest of them. It was because it was formed differently. Intersecting joints at the ceiling, joints are cracks, created a very weak ceiling. But because water once filled this room and upheld with a buoyant force, whenever the water receded down into the aquifer, it actually began to collapse a very long time ago. So all these are as well.
എൻ്റെ ശ്വാസം വിടാൻ പ്രയാസം തോന്നുന്നു.
What do you call this? The sheets? What? What do you call this?
മുന്നേ സ്ഥലമില്ല, എന്നെ തള്ളിയിട്ട് കാര്യം.
That one? Formation. Sea urchin. Like that? I'll look at this one right here.
ഇതുണ്ട് തൂണുകൾ ഉണ്ടാക്കിയത്.
തൊടൻ്റെ
Bigger.